Oh, try. Try to show.
Alright.
Okay.
Pick a card. Any card. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Don't let me see it. This is about halfway in the deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Halfway. Slide that in. I'm gonna move both hands so nobody knows that I have a cut. Take it behind my back. Two hearts.
How does that work? I'm confuzzled.
What can I say? I'm just good.
For the victory lap though. Whoa, whoa. They ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome. What for? Train under trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no channel for champions and chain no fear. Yup, the champ is here. Switch gears, we keeping haters in the rear. At the blood, sweat and tears and my goal so near. I see my victory so clear. I see my victory so clear. And today, we break through. And today, we break through. And today, we break through. And today, we break through.
Welcome to Eagle Vision for Wednesday, September 16th, 2020. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Sarah.
And today's top story talks about Hurricane Sally.
Hurricane Sally might be the slowest moving storm in decades. It's currently moving at like 3 miles per hour. It will dump a ton of rain on the southern states, so we might have 49 states in a few days. Maybe. There are also 5 tropical storms in the Gulf right now, which is kind of crazy because the way 2020 is going, but I guess.
See, I thought, it would make all this damage because of, the wind and all that, but it's more of flooding and just the hours and hours of pouring rain. It's supposed to be a Category 2 hurricane, so y'all prepare.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 2 and 3 feet of water, this is like a foot. It's supposed to be 2 and 3 of these.
That's like sometimes how much snow we get. I remember the first year I moved here, it snowed so hard we had a week off of school. We're gonna talk about a controversial movie that came out on Netflix. It's called Cuties.
Okay, wait, before we start talking about this, y'all are sitting in class. Be mature. Okay, continue.
So, I haven't seen the whole movie. I didn't really feel like watching all of it. Seen about half of it. I don't think, Sarah, have you seen it?
Nah. My mom literally told me, she's like, don't watch it.
Oh, well, there's that. So, what's very controversial about it is pretty much the gist of the story is about an 11-year-old girl, super religious. This is also taking place in a whole nother country. They speak a whole nother language.
French.
Yeah. And so she moves to this new school and she sees all these girls who are dancing and wearing, inappropriate clothing and all that. And she wants to be like them. She wants to fit in. It's a new school. So she kind of tries anything she can to fit in with these girls. But obviously they're a terrible influence. They do things that they say and do things that no 11-year-old should. And people are trying to justify it by saying it's bringing awareness to what's happening in maybe their country and our country. Yeah. Many countries, I don't know. I don't see how it's bringing awareness when they're literally doing exactly what they want to bring awareness to. When in reality, it should be showing us not to do that.
If you want to bring up awareness, make a documentary about it. Because if it's a documentary instead of a fictional show or fictional movie that completely makes up something that shouldn't have been made up in the first place, where actual 11-year-old actors are taught to dance and wearing clothes that they should not be wearing at 11 years old. That shouldn't have been a thing. I don't get why their parents even let them do that. And that's just,
it really shows how the society likes to just conform to everything that happens, because they literally want to fit in. These are actual 11, don't even get me wrong, it's not even like a 16-year-old acting as an 11-year-old. I know that happens a lot. These are real 11-year-old girls doing the stuff they are in a movie, on camera,
and you gotta think
to the public.
Yeah, you gotta also think is that it wasn't just a one-shot thing on camera. They had to practice this dancing behind the camera. Imagine all the hours it took for them to learn these dances, and they shouldn't have had to learn them in the first place. And not only that, the director said that this movie was supposed to bring awareness because these little girls on social media see these older women posing in older women poses and getting famous for it, and they try to do the same thing and copy them by wearing makeup. And
I can see, because when I first started watching it, like, you know, there's I don't think it's like an opening scene, but it's really close to the beginning. Like, she's just dancing. She's in the laundry room doing her laundry. You know, she's just an 11-year-old girl dancing to some music. But then, I mean, I haven't watched all of it, so I can't vouch for the whole movie, but it's hard because they're dancing. It's not good. First of all, their dancing ain't even good. It's like they're pretty much like crumping on a piece of cardboard under like a bridge, or you know, they're in like an alleyway or something, and they're just like, it's terrible. And so I see why people are like, oh, it may not be the dancing, but it's the outfits, it's the things they say, it's how they handle situations.
And I feel like this, even though it's rated for mature audiences,
people are because it's targeted for
it's targeted for people. And you know, I'm about to tattle on myself, but I used to go watch TVMA stuff all the time on my Memos account because nobody would go on there. Eventually I got caught. It was not a fun day.
It's really
it's
like,
okay.
I could see, you know, we're high schoolers, we're gonna be like, oh, this movie, their dancing is not good, this isn't cool, like there's obviously something wrong with it. But if you take a 10-year-old and let them watch that movie, they're gonna want to dance, they're gonna want to dress like that, because that's not spreading awareness, that's just making them want to act the way that the people in the movie are, and that's not okay.
It's not right. Bold.
Bugging
And bold.
Let us know how y'all feel. You can email us at, hornlakehigh.com
for the next show,
hornlaketv@gmail.com.
It's now time for today's announcements. Pay attention, we're moving fast. Athletics will be a week-to-week call. The rules are constantly changing and can potentially change after we air the info here on the show. This week is an off week for football. There's no game this week.
Students, don't forget to only touch the items on the snack cart that you are buying. We've said it since about the third week when we started snack cart. It's not that hard. Just keep your hands to yourself. You know, also, you're responsible for providing your own mask. Like, we don't wear one every day. I
want to say something about that too. Guys, please invest in a cloth mask. They're so much cheaper because you can toss them in cloth, like. Because I still see people wearing paper masks and stuff, and I get it, if you're more comfortable with that, that's cool, but like, invest in a cloth one because you could just throw it in the washer. Students, don't forget, if you have a pending COVID test, do not attend school until you have the test results. Students who test positive should provide documentation to the school and follow state quarantine orders. If you have questions, you should contact our school nurse, Miss Cross.
This year, it's more important than ever to keep up with the news and info. We have lots of video content to check out online. You can head to hornlakehigh.com and click on the subscribe link to get full access to our YouTube library. That's it for today's episode here at Horn Lake. We are better students, always growing and expecting more. Stay tuned for your lunch menus and athletic schedules. We'll see you here tomorrow. Have a fantastic day.
They ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome, what for? Train in the trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands, and stormy shore seasons in the year, Ain't no challenge for champions and chain no fear. Yup, the champ is here, switch gears, we're keeping haters in the rear. But that's not by speculation. But the position that I got, I climb too high to fall, but too hard to drop. Stop clocks on the speed bag. Every out under pressure, no jet lag. This is greater than trophies and saluted flags. Titles of fame, the cost is paid. Yay, I carried the cross I made. Deal with the dealer. Baby, the hand was played. New level, next stage. Learn to lead it to legend. Now tell me what's my next stage. Yay. I said the champ is here, switch gears. We keeping haters in the rear. After blood, sweat, and tears, and my goal so near. I see my so clear.